happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Today we got another huge update. Now, you guys can probably already tell that it is going down. Just by that title alone, you guys are definitely gonna want to see this one. Guys, I usually don't watch MSNBC, but today we've got a special exception as we're witnessing Senator John Kennedy taking over the Morning Joe show, aka the Morning Slow, and absolutely setting ablaze to all their bogus narratives on Donald Trump. Guys, I'm excited to get into this one, so we're not straight into it. All I ask that you guys please smash that like button and hit that subscribe button. Without further ado, let's hop straight into it, folks. Check this one out.
This is what I'm telling them. With tariffs, an eye for an eye just leaves both people blind. When a government imposes a tariff, it's putting its thumb on the scale. It interferes with people's freedom to exchange goods and services. Some countries, China, the best example, have used trade barriers as a weapon to hurt the American economy. You said it. God created the world. Everything else is made in China. President Trump decided to try to change this, and he, as we know, has imposed dramatically higher American tariffs on these countries. But then, at least for me, an extraordinary thing happened. We have 195 countries in the world. Probably 40% have come forward, and instead of bowing up and fighting, they've said, we want to lower our tariffs. Will you lower yours? I frankly never saw that coming. I think it is a wonderful opportunity. Now, I don't want to feign understanding. I do not know what the president is going to do next. There's an internal debate and going on inside and outside the White House. I can just tell you what I would do, Joe. I would pounce on this opportunity like a ninja. And I would use this as an opportunity to reduce, or in some cases, Taiwan, Vietnam, European Union, go to zero reciprocal tariffs. And then we can have free trade, let the best product at the best price win. But I don't want to mislead you. I don't know what the president's going to do next. I know what I hope he does.
Yeah. You know, Senator, on national news shows like ours and the Wall Street Journal, New York Times, Washington Post, obviously they're focusing on the losses on Wall Street. I'd love for you, if you could tell our friends that are watching right now, what's the impact on Main Street and Metairie, Louisiana, and Shreveport, all across your state? If these trends continue, what's the impact on family-owned businesses?
Well, the stock market matters. Wall Street and Main Street influence each other. What we've seen in the stock market, of course, has been painful. If you celebrate that, you hate little warm puppies. It's painful for two reasons. Number one, people lost a lot of money and they worked hard for it. But number two, you have to worry about the wealth effect. What does that mean? There's reliable data that shows for every $1 that the stock market drops, many consumers spend 25 cents less. And when you've got 62% of Americans exposed to the stock market, the danger is that they start spending less. And 70% of our economy is consumer driven. And if you're not careful with it, it can lead to a slowdown. Now, here's the good news. If you've watched the intraday swings, you'll see that every time the president talks positively about making a deal, the stock market goes up. And every time he backs off, the stock market goes down. That tells me that the fundamentals in the stock market are sound. But it tells me that the market is uncertain about the president's next step.
So Senator, there's an op-ed in the Wall Street Journal today about the Republicans who forgot their economics. There's really no need to highlight those that the Wall Street Journal was talking about, because I grew up in the Republican Party, and all of my friends that I've had most of my adult life in politics that are Republicans believe in free trade. Ones I came in with believed in balanced budgets, being fiscally conservative with a small c. I've got to believe that most Republicans like you believe in fair trade, but also believe in free trade. Where are they right now? And do you believe that Republicans in the Article 1 branch should step forward and take back some of this power to round off maybe some of the roughest edges on these tariffs that are going to hurt people in Main Street USA?
Well, I've been preaching for 2 weeks on the Senate floor. I don't want to be at war with Canada. I've been preaching for 2 weeks that Canada and America should go to zero reciprocal tariffs. Here's my point. From one perspective, from my perspective, you may not share it. President Trump has won. We have an opportunity here. I hope he seizes it. But I don't know whether he will seize it or not. To answer your question, though, directly, I have not joined the Grassley bill. I'm not likely to join the Grassley bill. The Grassley bill will not pass, and if it passes, the president will veto it. I was not here when Congress gave away its power. I would not have voted to give away our power, but we did it. If we get on the Grassley bill, we'll just spend a year fighting with no results. And sometimes we can spend a year in Congress getting nothing done. And I just think it's a distraction. The most immediate question for me is the president is a pit bull. He's won. He's caught the car. The question is, what's he going to do with the car? I know what I'd do.
Right. You also, I got a quote here that I'm going to have to put into my lexicon. You say he caught the car. He's got these foreign nations up to the lick log, as they say on the farm. What do we do next? I'm going to use that lick log.
That's good.
Yeah, that's a good one. But, you know, Senator, I don't know that I would say the president's won yet, because we just don't know how this, like you said, we don't know how this is going to shake out. But he certainly has South Korea, the EU. He's got some of our strongest trading partners, Japan, saying, let's make a deal. It seems to me the president actually has proven his point, hasn't he? That except for China, and maybe he has to keep fighting China for a while, but for our allies, hasn't the president already sort of made his point, and these people now want to come to him and negotiate?
Well, number one, your grandmother in Georgia will know what a lick log is. You might have to explain it. You might have to explain it to Mika, and to Willie, and to Jonathan. Yeah. But
definitely
number two, when I say the president's won, here's what I mean. Would 40% of the 200 countries in the world be coming to America now trying to reduce their tariffs if President Trump had not done what he did? No. Every fair-minded American knows that. I just don't know what's going to happen next. In terms of China, look, China wants a deal. For them right now, it's not about the economy. It's about saving face. China wants a deal. China's economy is in worse shape, I'll be glad to talk about it if you want, than it's been in 25 years. They can't afford a trade war. They are quietly seeking a deal with President Trump, as are 40% of the countries in the world. I mean, the president's won. We wouldn't have this opportunity but for what he did. All I'm saying is, let's take it. You know, let's take it. Let's pounce on it like a ninja. I would be on this deal like a hobo on a ham sandwich, man. I'd have them lined up at the White House.
Write that one down, too.
Yo, there we have it, guys. Senator John Kennedy coming out and saying that he would be on this thing like a hobo on a ham sandwich if he were Donald Trump. Take his successes and run with it. Strike those deals up. I mean, we've got almost half the world coming to the table and saying, hey, we want to negotiate with Donald Trump, the United States of America, on these tariffs. We know that you guys have been getting the short end of the stick for way too long. That's all we ask right now. I'm not sure why these folks on the left want to continue to try to make the point and say that Donald Trump is out of his mind to be doing what he's doing right now, trying to go and get a little bit of free and fair trade within the United States, actual real free and fair trade, because that's not what we've been seeing. They've been calling it that, but we've been getting the short end every single time. So glad we got Donald Trump, a true leader, because we cannot forget none of this would have been happening if we had old Kamala and Tim Walz in office. I can tell you right now, there would not have been any tariffs or even questions or looked bat an eye towards what's going on, the unfair trade within the United States in regards to the rest of the world. I feel like we've definitely been getting screwed over, and I'm so happy we got Donald Trump actually standing up for us. That's true leadership, y'all. But definitely hop in the comment section. Comments are open. I'm excited to hear what you guys are thinking on this one. Also, make sure you guys please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd enjoy more content like this, catch you guys on the next week.